What's up? What's up?
Evan, what's going on, man?
How are you?
I'm doing great. Doing
Good.
really good. How's your week
Good.
going?
Pretty good, actually. Really good. Too. So we might be on the same level, man.
Well, how'd your trip go?
It went really good. I learned a lot of different things. I didn't know it at the time. It was just for an animation. It was for an extra session. You could pay $200 here and there, different time slots. So I wanted to do an extra slot for animation. And I actually got to train for 3 hours with the Donald Duck. So that was pretty fucking cool. Yeah, Daniel Ross. He just actually got an award for best voiceover in a preschool animation. So for Donald Duck. So that was pretty cool.
How old is Donald Duck?
My age, it looked like maybe early 40s, late 30s, early 40s. Couldn't be that old. But he also does Starscream from Transformers.
Which guy was Starscream?
He's always Megatron's second hand, like his right hand. He's always the one powering in the corner.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
I never remember the name of the Domesticons, or did I say that right?
Decepticons.
Decepticons.
But yeah, that was really cool. And I actually just got a call back. I've been on an email blast to agencies since I got back, and I just got an email back today, and I got to prepare myself because they want to see how fast I respond, how well I do, and time sensitive information. I just got the call back from 414. I'm supposed to pick out a script that I read, memorize, have a reader. It's 5 pages long, so I'm gonna have to do some work tonight because I kind of want to try to get it in by noon tomorrow. But that'll be my first agency.
So, is this like a probie period for you? Like you have to?
Yeah, I think so, because they said most of the research that I did yesterday and the day before on their website, it said, we will contact you if we're interested. If we don't contact you, feel free to resubmit in 6 months. And that was, at the latest 2 days ago that I sent that email out. So I would assume it's good news.
Well, you're on their radar, so
yeah,
you must have left a good first impression.
Yeah. And we went to the zoo today, and as a dad of 4 boys, that's always fun.
Do they have an aquarium too?
No, they had a small section where it was fish, but very small. It was with the puffins.
Cool.
Yeah. So, but that's always fun. I always enjoy the zoo. I'm gonna try to do some of those narrations, like the voiceovers for the animals, because I got an elephant pooping, and then as soon as the elephant poops, all the animals move away. I got that video today, so that might be a good one that I can do some voiceovers to. I just got to write the scripts out,
Did you have to actually talk while you're an elephant pooping, or was it like something else?
Well, no, I can put that in Premiere. I can put that into Adobe Premiere and put the volume all the way down, and then just do the voiceover for it.
Does the elephant say anything? Like,
no,
wow,
we're gonna find out when I sit down and look at the tape. But no, there's 1, 2 where the elephant is drinking some water, looking like it's gonna fling some water. There's one that I got where there's a lizard chilling on a rock, and it's kind of looking at this other lizard that's trying to climb up the rock. So that would be a funny one that I can do some voiceover to. Have you ever seen the animal ones where they do like the voiceover for it? It's like
on TikTok
crazy animal videos they'll be. I think there was one where 2 monkeys were smacking each other, and then he stood up and he was like, "Come on, Morris, don't be fucking with me right now." It's just some funny shit, just for content, man.
Yeah, I've seen it for like TikTok or YouTube or little things like that where people just have a random voiceover work for whatever the pets are going to do.
Yep. So stuff like that. It's just to put my work out there, man. That's all it is.
Oh, you're on your way, man. Keep going.
Yeah. Keep hustling. I'm a hustler at heart, so
In real life too. I mean, you're doing it.
yeah. What's up, Evans?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? How we doing?
Just,
Good.
taking it easy.
How's the puppy?
She's good. She was just here by my feet. Today we learned what a shock collar does.
They actually don't call them that anymore. They call them e-collars.
I didn't shock her though. I only hit the button of, hey, you better stop, like the precautionary button, and it's got a vibrator, like last warning. So she's got warnings and hey, no. So she didn't get, I didn't zap her. And I don't ever want to push that button.
Yeah. What was she doing?
Like jumping on a 2-year-old, something like that, or like my cousin's daughters came to visit my niece and nephew, and then they came over for breakfast and bagels, and of course, like I let the puppy get acclimated to them, and of course they're not used to having dogs like medium-sized dogs. They're used to these little Yorkie dogs from their grandmother, so they got to do a sleepover at my sister's house for a couple days, and they're probably going back to Staten Island today.
And what was she jumping on them or something?
Just a little bit too much, or like, yeah, like just like because like they're almost like the same height. She kind of like wants to like put her paws on their shoulders, and of course
Yeah.
they're gonna panic and they're gonna be like, get off of me. So I'm
Yeah.
like, beep 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 beep. No. So
You got down even with the beeps?
she's more curious on like what is that sound, so she keeps turning to the left, to the right, and of course tell her no, don't jump. If she goes after food that she's not supposed to, beep 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 beep, nope, don't eat that food. But that's just like simple little things. Or if she's like on the other side of the yard and she's not listening, beep 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 beep, come on, let's go.
So whatever you do, don't ever aim it at her.
Aim it.
Yeah.
I could point it to the sky. It's still good.
Yeah, I know, but don't ever let her see that you're doing it. Just even let her see it. If you can keep that thing hidden, the longer the better. Because when she starts doing something wrong and it just goes off all by itself, then it's always with her. However, if she sees that it only happens when you've got the little thing in your hand, she'll figure that out real quick. And then she'll start trying to find it and hide it.
Oh,
yeah. I've seen that happen.
She's probably smart enough to even try that too.
Yeah, you said she's a lab, right?
She's a golden.
Yeah, so she's smart.
Yeah, she'll bury it, guaranteed. They go half the yard.
Good luck finding that, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. She's very special.
Yeah, we had a Bergeron that I was working with. Smart as a whip. I don't know if you're familiar with Bergerons. They're in the Mastiff family. They look kind of like not a pit bull, the other one.
Let me look it up.
Bulldog?
No, not bulldog. The other attack dog that everybody's always worried about.
Rottweiler?
Rottweiler, thank you. Yeah. Bergerons look like a Rottweiler because all Mastiffs have those two dots right above the eyes. And that's how you can tell they're in Mastiff family, but their head is a little narrower and their snout is a little longer, and they're significantly more friendly. Now, Rotties, they are definitely friendly animals too, but they quickly understand how big they are in relation to like little kids. And so they're easier to train. Bergerons are smaller, so they really have no clue. And even if you tell them, they don't want to listen to you. So yeah, I had one like that as well. And yeah, every time, whenever she saw me with the zapper, with the control, man, boom, perfect dog, absolutely perfect. The second she even thought I didn't have it with me anymore, everything, she was digging, scratching, fighting, jumping. She was a mess. So yeah, we had to retrain her on that, and that was a hard one. Another thing is that she and another, I think it was her brother, figured out that if these things come off, we won't get zapped.
It's called a Bershon?
What's up?
It's called a Bershon dog?
Yeah, Bergeron.
Bergeron. Yeah, because the Bergeron dog is that tiny, tiny, small little
Yeah.
white poodle.
Yeah. Now, as
That
they
ain't
figured
right.
out that if the zap collar, that's that e-collar, if they didn't have that on, they wouldn't get zapped. And so they would try to chew off each other's collars.
Oh, on the others, like they were helping each other out.
Yep. Now, how do you fix that?
I got
You don't. They're working at a pact at that point.
You turn it inside out, you put peanut butter on it. And then when she goes to bite it, you zap it. She gets a zap from the other dog right in the mouth. And boom, that fixed it immediately. Never did it again.
All right. I guess that's what you got to do.
Well, when you want to explain something, you have to bring it down to your level.
Mhm.
Like if you go and talk to a little kid, you have to explain things in terms that their not quite fully developed mind will still understand.
Right.
Same with dogs. If you want to explain it to them, it's got to be in a manner and method that a dog will understand.
Mhm.
In fact, I wonder if I still have, I'm pretty sure I still have it.
I really am a pushover with this dog. I can't really
Yeah.
I can't raise my voice with her. I don't really associate my tone. There you are. Dog training.
Now, the guy who wrote this trained Lassie.
Oh, no kidding.
He trained almost all of the Lassies. There are like 80 of them. And he trained dogs for Walt Disney. The guy knows exactly what the hell he's talking about. He's really good at it, but they didn't have e-collars back then.
Oh, so that I'll just radio, word of mouth, library.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, you can find that book everywhere. Here, I'll give it to you. I'll put it into the. Hold on, I don't want to spill my drink.
Not for nothing. I am strongly considering getting her acting lessons.
Hey, Air Bud.
I think they had 7 dogs for that movie.
Yeah,
Airbud.
come on now.
Yeah.
There you go.
I've been feeling like I told you, I've been doing the blast for the agencies, and that's been some of the questions. Is like, oh, do you have animal training? No. I mean,
You mean
come
you
on
as
now.
the voiceover actor?
No, like they ask you questions and you gotta check the boxes if you have that special technique. So if you have an animal that's trained, yeah, you can say that. It's part of the specialties.
For like so some agencies want to work with dogs.
Yeah. From
Well, they
what
wanna
I've
work
seen.
with you if you
There's
have
been a
dog
couple
that's
that I've
trained.
seen that when I filled out the survey or whatever that they want you to fill out before you submit your reels. Yeah, they want to know if you have animal training. There's been a couple of them.
You know, I wouldn't be too surprised if my dog ended up getting more screen time than me.
Oh yeah.
No, it's
Hey.
like I probably told this story already, but during like the 2014, 15, and some of 16, I was at a very I don't want to say low point, but I was in a valley of like the shadow of death. Because like
That's a low point. That counts as a low point.
I think I don't know if it's my lowest point though, but it was
Shadow of death, definitely lowest.
well, regardless, it was not my high point because it started in 2013 and I got a little bit out of that low point. So once I got into this valley, I was couch surfing pretty much for almost 2 full years. And during that time, in order to just basically survive, it was so challenging for me to find a job when I first landed in Astoria. There was a couple like dishwashing jobs I was able to like really get and still pursue maybe auditioning. But the only thing that anybody was ever hiring for on a daily basis was background acting, one after another, etc. And I subscribed during those years to every single possible resource to find a gig. But for some, like I would never get a really good audition opportunity, nothing. But background acting was like a dime a dozen. So I took advantage of that. So I would go maybe at least twice a week on average, sometimes on the weekends. It really depended. But I would go do a background job. And sometimes they would ask, do you have a car? And of course I would. So I would get a slight bump because I had a picture car. And during the course of that time, on the back end of the year, going into the second year, I would finally be able to see all these different projects that I participated in. And sometimes you would get a glimpse of me, like, oh, there I am in Daredevil, Jessica Jones, like so many different things. Big perk. If you're going to be a background actor, take advantage of the free lunch and bring extra Tupperware, because they end up throwing it all out and you're good for the week.
Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Oh my God, I gained so much weight. It was a wonderful experience. Go ahead.
Well, since we're on the subject real quick, shout out to Boardwalk Empire, because they did have the absolute best lunches ever. And I didn't get my picture car in the 1920s series, but in all the Marvel Netflix stuff, my car was always in every single episode. So we actually were making a joke with my roommates and I, best friends from college. We would go through basically my resume, then we would find the scene I was in or the episode I was in, and sometimes you wouldn't see me at all, but you would see my car. So
do you have a reference sheet of that? I'd like to show my kids that.
IMDb,
be honest. Dude. They would be impressed. They would be like, "Whoa, really?"
That's Phil's car. No, so I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised, about Snow getting more screen time. She's much better looking. She's adorable. And the only thing I could actually say is when things actually did start to pay off as a background actor, because there were so many times I wanted to quit. And every time I would say, I'm done, I don't want to do this anymore. One time in particularly, I think it was New York Love Story. I think it was, I want to say Bill Dow casting or something like that. I worked with him once before on a project before. And at that point, I was pretty much burnt out and I was toast and done and tired. No diet. I only ate food if I could afford it, plus paying rent for the couch. It was not a good situation. It was definitely a bit of a low point. So I remember that I just can't do this anymore. I'm not happy doing it. I don't enjoy it, and I can't even create. I wasn't even getting a role in a play anymore. It was really complicated. It was really heartbreaking. Yeah. So I remember Bill calls me up at random. I already decided the week or two before, I'm just not doing it. So I didn't even apply, but I get a phone call from the guy. So I accept the call and we're talking, and he did offer for this union wages and get me a Hartley waiver, and it was my first one. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I got a little bit extra money, but it's funny because there was this trend. If you guys have been paying attention to anything I've been saying in the last couple of years, every single time I stop doing this, something pulls me back in, and finally some more money was starting to come my way. Did I ever tell you guys a story about when I tried to get fired on purpose, but I ended up getting a raise?
No, go for it.
I think so.
I never.
So it was back in it was towards the middle of this. It was definitely in the middle of 2015 where I'm like, I'm tired. I don't want to. It's been 18 months of strict background acting. I'm kind of tired. I don't want to do this anymore. So I got a part on The Affair. They just wanted somebody to dress up as an orderly, and to me it was just great, another day at the shit office. So go to the Upper East Side. We go to this I go to this hospital, and they're shooting The Affair, season 2, maybe episode 4 or 5, something like that. So I go in as an orderly, get my costume on, and I just see a clipboard, so I just start pretending I'm doing an independent activity, and I'm just writing about things I see in the room, person wearing a cast, person cut, and I was kind of just I was going through the motions of just yep. So when I had no idea what the scene was about, nothing like that. They just pretty much gave me one direction where it's okay, when somebody tells you to, just go into this door, grab the Gertie, that rolly thingy, and then just bring it back out here. And I was like, sure, no problem. And they do one take, but I didn't get the cue. So, still filling out the thing. come back around, guy's making a scene, and I'm paying attention, and the doctor tells me to get me a Gertie. So I put down my clipboard on the shelf, open the door, it's already right there. I go right there, blah, 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 come back to the guy. You can watch the episode, you'll see it. But then the doctor turns me and says, take him to bay 4. And I just look right at him and I say, copy that. Excuse us. And I just take him out through the door, and I wanted to get fired for doing that. I was really pissed off, and I was getting paid $70 for the day. I wanted to just go home, and I ended up, just because I said that line, the director loved it, and he said, we're keeping it. And I went from $70 to $900 just for that line.
There you go.
And I'm like, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's just like, you got to be kidding me. I got rewarded for that. And then the AD kind of just stands next to me for a moment. We take a pause. I'm not looking at him. He's not really looking at me, but he kind of just says, that could have went either way for you. I'm like, and I was speechless. I didn't say, I don't even think I said a word. So ended up doing the paperwork afterwards. The mom from the TV series was there. She wasn't staring at me, but outside, I don't know if she heard what happened or just enjoyed looking at me, but the mom from Liar Liar. And I'm like, oh my God, that's Maureen something. And I'm like, okay, just don't look at her. And she's looking at me every time I look over, and she just keeps staring at me. And that's all I really remember, but I just had to go down to the honey wagon, they call it, and sign.
With Jim Carrey?
Yeah, that Maureen, the wife of Jim Carrey from Liar Liar, was there. And I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And she's just looking at me.
Yeah. Hey,
I was getting
on that radar, man.
But she didn't say a word. I didn't say a word, but it was like, oh my God. And things really turned around, I guess. Actually, you know what, dude? In 2016, things really turned around, because I did finally get into a play during August, September of 2015. I got into a play for the story of Anne Frank, and I got to go on tour around the country for a couple of months. And that was nice, because I really did need a break. I had to get out of the city. I was really burnt out. And I was really talking on a regular basis to whom my fiance was at the time. And by the time I got back in 2015, all of a sudden life just got so much better. And it's hard to really explain, but especially when she came into my life, my fiance at the time, dude. I think it seemed like all of a sudden life was not so bad anymore, and it wasn't, because then all of a sudden things start to climb for me, and that was a pivot point, because a couple of months later, I found out a little bit more about Actors Access, so I tried a subscription for the first time, and there was this project. Once again, they're looking for a cop, and I'm like, fuck it, why not? And it was called a social service movie. And long story short, I got the part. I got the role as the undercover cop. Didn't know anything else other than that, but it actually turned out to be the Safdie brothers hit movie Good Time. And I'm like, oh, the guy from Twilight is here. This is cool. So we shot the movie, and then all of a sudden, 6 months later, they call me back. And I ended up getting promoted on that job, because the stuntman who actually was supposed to make the big arrest didn't show up that day. And Benny, I remember Benny was kind of looking around on how to solve the problem, and he just says to everybody, "What about Phil?" And at the time, I had no idea what they were talking about. So I'm just like, "What about me?" Or "What about me?" Like, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Cut. Take 2. What about me? There we go. So it turns out the stuntman didn't show up, so they needed me to just put on the new costume. But then it looks like I arrested Robert Pattinson, and now my face is now next to Robert Pattinson, and everywhere on the movie screen, all that stuff. And it's really cool. And then when the movie came out 6 months later, everybody from my class in the neighborhood playhouse is like, Phil, we saw you in Good Time. And I hadn't seen it yet. I hadn't even watched it until it came out on Amazon Prime, like another year later. But it was, I thought it was a phenomenal movie nonetheless. But things started to like really validate for me at that point, because when you go through like 2 years of absolute like uncertainty, like really grinding just to eat some food. I can show you pictures that I'm seeing on my memories of how thin I was, just like probably just from like not eating food compared to now, especially. I'm a good 80 pounds heavier than I was then. But it was really validating. But regardless, what was really upsetting about that experience, I really thought all of those like motivational words that I got in my first couple of years of doing this, where people would say to me like, Phil, one day people are going to be probably seeing you on the big screen, but they're going to ask the question while pointing up the screen, but who's that guy? I really never, unfortunately, got any opportunity, after Good Time. I didn't like, I don't even think I got really like a call, like not even from like an agent. Like all of a sudden there's a guy, he looks fine, but yada yada yada. It doesn't even matter that I was right there next to working with, and I was working. I was on my shit that day. I remember giving whatever feedback I could. I probably shouldn't say it, but I kind of helped. I kind of helped get that shot they needed, because I made a recommendation on a technique that we did in acting class, where we pick a spot and both actors agree on one particular spot where all of a sudden it actually looks like we're seeing somebody jump out the window. But that wasn't the case for us, because we're just looking up at a bare building. So little things like that. I was on my game. Just unfortunately, nothing ever came of it, and that's another reason why I started the Astoria Filmmakers Club, because I honest to God, I had no idea what else to do, because I thought I was doing everything I could. I've gone to agent showcases. You spend probably like it's probably over $4,000 between the showcases, the resumes, the mailings, the subscriptions, all of that adds up. And it just never unfortunately, it's just like I never got the bite. I never got the, hey Phil, I want to give you a shot. So here we are, just trying to make my own, try to make our own, trying to give people, honestly, don't wait 2 years, don't wait 5 years, don't wait 10 years, don't spend the $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. Maybe even don't even put yourself in debt of going to acting school. Start work right here. So I don't know, man. Sorry guys, I kind of went off on a tangent.
No, you didn't.
We appreciate you, Phil.
I did.
Don't worry about it, man.
Yeah.
We're here for you.
No, you're here for you, dude. No, let's be realistic. If this didn't seem appealing to people wanting to get involved on the potential it might actually have, nobody would show up, or whatever their interests are at the time. And it's really a shame, because we've met a few. I got over like 500 or 600 people on our mailing list, and very few people really do show up. Like there is no, I can't wait to hear like a really good story or do a podcast with somebody where they've actually put an effort in equal to mine. Like those 2 years, for example, of just like, no matter what, not giving up, not quitting, or even if you do, somehow you get back involved, because no chance in hell is this going to come easy for anybody. But I'm really waiting to find, or I'm not even waiting to find. I see how committed people are, because they show up. They're always around. They're always contributing. I just can't wait till we have like an army of those types of actors, artists, and like that much drive, and passion for this. Because if you don't have passion for it, I think it's just showing a lot of people just kind of do it because, it's just like what I may want to do. But no, you guys are definitely far more passionate. You guys keep showing up.
Yeah. Now, I just wish I'd gotten some work through you guys so far. Have not as of yet. But whatever that one movie you're going to be starting on, hey, I'm all in.
Yeah, man. You want to start a podcast? We'll be your first guest.
Oh, I got 7. We got about 7 or 8 episodes of Inside the AFC that actually we're in post right now.
Cool.
So we'll probably just release them softly on YouTube in the beginning, because if the beta does really work out, we'll find out in the next couple of weeks on how to develop one over the next couple of months. Did I ever show a picture, or did you guys see my post on Instagram about AFC tunes?
Yeah.
So a little tunes like iTunes, but
tunes. Yes, I did.
So we wanted to create something like I keep saying we, but like I feel like I got the biggest imagination. I'm the one coming up with all these ideas. So I thought of AFC tunes a while ago, but I never really drew up a little graphic to kind of just like manifest it and have a vision board, but now I do. So basically, like I wanted to create something a little bit more unique for the independent market, because I am 100% independent. I'm not with an agency, but if we started out on the audio space first, we could always adapt to a video space where it's almost the exact same concept, but we would pretty much be creating a new pond for different fish in a small pond, you know what I mean? So just like iTunes, you'll be able to download, buy directly through us, and we could post all of our podcast plays there, all of our podcasts there, just like they do on any other platform. We're not doing anything new other than just the performance of the podcast play, but we're creating a virtual theatrical space audibly for people to tune in that way, and just have independent artists promote and post their stuff on that platform as well. It's really nothing new. It's just an alternative. It'll be my next biggest failure.
It'll be your next fork in the road, man. It won't be a failure. You learn through failure.
Yeah, I know. I learn through failure. I want to pass though.
We all do.
I got a director who read Fireland, and he actually enjoyed it.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah, so I told him flat out that's the only thing it needs. It just needs a director. Told him all about the podcast play platform, and he said, "What about streaming? All that stuff." I'm like, I'm not even thinking about that. I want to tell a good story first, and who knows? Maybe AFC, our own streaming platform, that'll be the way to do it. Like, have you guys ever seen The Chosen by Angel Studios?
Sounds familiar, but no, I don't think so.
All right, I'm gonna put it in right here. Angel. How do you spell Angel? Is it L-E or E-L?
E-L. E-L.
LS.
No, that's Angle. Hang on. Angel. There you go. Tried
coming
down
from the guy that went for kindergarten through 8th grade in a Catholic light school, so it's EL.
There you go.
Well, they used to be called VidAngel, and they actually, I think, they had to rebrand because I think they beat Disney in a lawsuit for some sort of copyright infringement or an updated contract. That I don't really know much about it, but anyway, the point I was trying to make, as far as streaming services go, this one happens to have grown. Like when I first watched the first season, there was only and it was a high number. There were 39 million people have seen this episode worldwide, and right around now it's well over 500 million, I think more, who've actually downloaded the Angel app and have watched their series, because the series is actually free to watch. and it's a phenomenal TV show about Jesus Christ. And these actors are ridiculously amazing. The writing is ridiculously good. All the backstory of every single character, the Romans, the Jews, the Gentiles. It's like these, like they're like everyday people. There's nothing holy moly about it. It's just damn good, I gotta say. But it's free. So to piggyback off an idea that's already working, I just thought, why not just do the exact same thing with the Astoria Filmmakers Club? If people want to continue watching anything we do, just donate directly to our charity and we're going to produce it. And then if you want to, just watch it for free. And I'm sure there's a way, especially with the budget, all of our cast and crew, they're going to get paid for when we hire people to create new content. And that'll be that. That'll be the name of the game. It's already working, so why not just try it with different content?
I'm looking at the app right now.
And they got a couple different shows, but everything they do is donation based. And if you watch the show, you're really going to enjoy it. One of those actors, the guy who plays Simon, he and I actually share a credit of the same movie together. When I think I did it back in 2014, maybe. I think he was in a movie either called Joker's Wild or Rock Story. And those movies kind of came to the Hudson Valley in a very unique way. Some guy who ran the Hoboken Film Festival, he ended up coming up to Middletown, New York to do the Hoboken Film Festival in Middletown, New York. And it was right around the corner from my old college. So of course I heard about it and I go and check it out, but they're shooting some independent films. And I got to play like a clown that gets shot up in a movie. It was like, yay. All right. And I had a great death scene. I died. It was awesome. Another movie where I was just another background actor once again, at a concert, Rock Story. And I think he was in one of those. That was the guy who played Simon. But that actor, the guy who does play Simon in the Chosen TV series, phenomenal. What's that?
I'm sorry about that. I got excited here. Angel, they do dry comedy bar.
What?
Yeah.
We'll get back. I guess I'll get back to that because.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. I'm looking. I'm opening up my Angel app. I'm like,
dry bar comedy.
On like in the streaming platform.
Yeah. It's right at the top. Okay.
Well, the Chosen show live streams movies come Testament, Grandma, Freelancers. Oh yeah. Oh, they did. They produced that. Right on. I remember when they were crowdfunding for that. But anyway, I share a credit with the guy who plays Simon. And I'm like, background acting pays off. Now we have a connection. Dry bar.
Look into them more.
So yeah, when you get a chance, watch The Chosen because it's actually good. And these actors are
What is
good.
it about?
What, The Chosen?
Yeah.
About 2 hours.
No,
No.
what is it about?
It's literally, dude, it's literally about like the adulthood of Christ and like early stages of when he starts like going like on ministry and meets every single apostle. But way before they ever join the club, we get the background story of every single one of these guys for the most part on like where they come from, more about who they are. And it's honestly, a lot of it is I don't want to say it's fictitious because I don't like it's not the appropriate term, but they actually created a character of all of these guys. And that's really what you see. You see different little sub stories of every single character in the show,
Yeah.
It's kind of like Game of Thrones where you kind of see the background of everybody where they're all doing their own things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm wondering is which religious point of view is it from? Obviously it's Christian of some form. I'm just wondering which one.
I don't know, dude. Like I'm no expert. Like I think I know more about acting than I do about Christianity, but when I break it down, I just see the parallels between the two on how they're all just sort of like they're a part of the same exact body. But am I really going to get fixated on my fingernail? No, I'm not. I like, honestly, dude, the writing is the writing is so good where it seems like it's not religious at all. You know, it's really about a guy living his life and a mission on why he was born, and he kind of just accept that he has a destiny, and we see his journey living it. He doesn't, it's not religious at all. The characters of the Pharisees, like hardcore religious, like for that guy, but then like he comes in with the argument and kind of just, you know, he does Jesus, and it's like, oh, okay, not religiously, but he kind of just like he out religiouses without even trying the religious people, and he does it so like slick. It's all in the writing, you know. It's really good.
Provo, Utah.
They do, they have these like medieval time sets, or
Developer
like
contact. Here's the website, email support, address, Provo, Utah.
oh, that's where they filmed it.
That's where their headquarters is, where the company is. That's where the angel.com, that's where their office is, Provo, Utah.
Hey, Phil, when do you want to get the Clark Is started?
Already
probably-
is.
We could probably get started pretty soon, because I heard back from the majority of everybody. I'm just like kind of coordinating 3 different casts right now.
Yeah,
So
I'm good whenever. Just let me know. I just wanted to ask that question before I hopped off because I got a marketing class to get to.
There you go.
get it, bro. I guess
Okay.
Are weekends better?
Really, to be honest, 8 p.m. Like my wife has taken over on Wednesdays. She knows what's happening on Wednesdays, but 8 p.m. is bedtime for me. I got 4 kids.
Okay,
So
all right.
really, to be honest, anytime besides 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm good.
Noted. All right.
Yeah. You let me know when, I'll be there.
All righty.
Even if you want to get on, jump on another Zoom, just me and you, I mean, and go over what you want me to do, I'm good with it.
Deal.
All right, cool beans.
Cool
All right,
beans.
guys, I'm gonna hop off. I got a marketing class to go to. Unfortunately, that's on Wednesdays too. So
There you go. Say, hey, this is mine class, so I know what you mean.
yeah. All right, man. I'll see you guys. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Phil.
Yeah, take care.
Hey, buddy. And then number 4.
Well, no, it's you're Jewish, right, Phil?
By blood.
Oh, okay. Are you practicing anything?
No.
Oh, okay. Then in that case, yeah, what I need to tell you is that it's Provo, Utah. Whenever you say Utah, it's always Mormons. Always. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know
So-
nothing about Mormons other than they get a lot of wives, and I'm like, all right, that's a lot of headache.
Yeah,
Are you-
exactly. Especially when they all hit the same cycle. Who wants to deal with that? But no, there's other things about them. You have to be cautious. You have to be cautious. Because they're probably going to be telling a lot of these stories from their point of view. They have the Book of Mormon. And the thing is, there are a lot of mysteries in the Bible, just unanswered questions, things we don't know, right? Are you familiar with the story of Cain and Abel?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, just asking to be sure. Yeah. So the thing is, Cain kills his brother Abel and hides him, and God said, "Where is my brother's keeper?" That kind of stuff, and says, "Because you have committed murder, I'm going to cast you out, and no one's ever going to blah blah blah." And hey, well, what happens if somebody kills me? No, I will put a mark upon you, so that no one will ever. They'll know just by looking at you that you're and they'll leave you alone. Well, what was the mark? We don't know. None of your actual mainstream Christian religions know. The Mormons, however, they claim to know because it's in the Book of Mormon, because God told them what the mark was. Want to take a guess?
Well,
I'll just tell you if you want, but if you want to take a guess, go for it.
I kind of think I want to guess because I might know, but I don't want to say it. But I truly don't know. I have no idea.
God made him black, and that's where black people came from. And because
wait.
the sins
I
of the
thought that was Seth.
No. And since sins of the father are passed down onto the son, all blacks are descendants of that murderer. Therefore, we're not letting them into our group. And in 1986, it was the people of the United States versus the Mormon Church at the Supreme Court of the United States. And they said, no, you're not allowed to do that. You have no choice. You have to let black people join. And so all of their prophets got together for about a 5 or 10 minute session. And they came back out. Yeah, God talked to us. He changed his mind. So
well, even if you put that theory to practice, that wouldn't make any sense because the flood of Noah, he was a descendant of Seth, and all the descendants of Cain, including the Nephilim, they all perished. And so if they all perished, then it doesn't make sense.
Yep. I didn't say it did.
What a crock of come give me a break.
Yeah. There's also a really great documentary on Netflix called Murder Among the Mormons. I really enjoyed that one a lot. And this kid, he was too smart for his own fucking good, one of those. And he really should have put his talents to work in a much more positive way, but totally didn't. And what he did instead was the Mormons will collect up anything that's Mormon history related. And so he created a part-time job of his finding Mormon stuff, Mormon history stuff, like writings and stuff. Turns out he was writing them and then just aging them superficially and then saying, yeah, I found this in some old bookstore, or I found it out and I was digging here and I was looking around and blah, blah, blah. And they were buying stuff off this guy left, right, up, down, back and forth. And it was a complete scam. Well, when it surfaced and it looked like he was going to get in trouble, he decided to create a little bit of mayhem. And there was murder among the Mormons. So I highly recommend it. It was a really good Netflix documentary.
I guess you can't really ask questions, huh?
And 6 of one, half dozen the other. Right.
And I met Mormons in college, yellow tie, I think, and everything like that, which was interesting. It was literally, I think, right like a little bit after the Book of Mormon actually came out, but real legitimate Mormons came to New York. And
they're here. Yeah, they've got a temple here.
Well, yes, okay, great. And it's like they come into the pizza shop, and I don't even know how, but like I'm just ringing them up, and the next thing you know, like half hour went by of us just having a conversation. But I did all the listening. Like, all right, enjoy your slice. I had to I offered to reheat their pizza like twice, and they're like, no, we're good. All right. I should have just like gave it to you cold half hour ago.
Yeah. No, they were on mission. They have these things that they call missions. And
They're
the
always
men,
on mission.
well, not always. The men have to do 2 years. Girls do have to do like a year and a half, something like that. And yeah, they go to different places and they have different things that they can sign up to do. So one of the missions that they could do is signing up in the military. And so I bumped into a couple of those guys in the military, and I told them, dude, if you're on mission, you're in the wrong place. Don't even. If I find out about it, that goes against the good order and discipline of the military. I guarantee you're going to get burned for it, right? One of them decided to test me. Didn't work out real well for him. Did not work out real well at all. BCD, bye.
You kicked them out?
Yeah, involuntary discharge. I kicked him the fuck out of the military. Yeah, he was from Hawaii. I'm like, what the hell?
Hawaii?
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't even look like a Hawaiian either. I mean, he was blonde hair, blue eyes, really pale. I'm like, you're Hawaiian? Seriously? What? Do you hate howlies? What is it? Why are you such a pain in the neck?
Yeah.
You know what a howlie is? Yeah, I know what a howlie is. I am one. Anyway, so
I got nothing.
Yeah, that guy was an idiot. Oh, I'm so glad he's gone.
Well, there's
So
there's no Mormonism in the show. I'll tell you that much.
In what? The Book of Mormon?
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of Mormon in the Book of Mormon.
No,
No,
what
the-
show? Oh, the
I'm
show
talking
you
about-
did.
no, the show, The Chosen. No
Oh, The
Mormonism.
Chosen? I'll take a look. I'll find out. I promise. I'll let you know.
I really do like episode, I think it's 8 or 9 of season 1. Like the second to last episode was really good. The first one, it gets kind of dark in the beginning, dude. You know, it's dark in the beginning,
Mhm.
but I'm sure you can handle it.
Oh yeah, I can afterwards.
It's a great show. The most recent season, I think they just wrapped up they're filming right now, season 4. I think it was maybe a month ago. I think they only had 8 episodes in season 3. So they just wrapped that up recently, and that was actually like probably to what they said, their most expensive episode, but very well executed. They they did the walking on the water scene, and it was badass.
Nice.
That actor, guys, I think his name's Jonathan. I forget his last name, but he actually just did a feature film that got released in theaters. It was like again, something about Jesus, and he played a hippie. And oh god, let me just look it up. Just came out, and it was that or Cocaine Bear. Oh, you guys wouldn't get that reference. Never mind.
No, I did. I know that movie. It's coming in.
No, the guy who actually was the lead in that other movie, I think he was making fun of it, but he said he got an offer to be in Cocaine Bear because it got released the exact same time, but he went with the Jesus story or the hippie story. Like, oh my god, what am I talking about? Let me just look it up. Jonathan something.
Franks.
His name is Jonathan Rumi. Born July 1st. He doesn't have a birth year. No, it's because he's Christ. Let me see. He was just in a movie. Let's see. 2023. It's called, the Jesus Revolution. And he plays a hippie called Lonnie Frisbee. Very good. But no, this actor, he's been in a lot of stuff, a lot of independent stuff. California guy, or I don't know if he's from California, but he did voiceover work in the Call of Duty games, God of War games, video game called Days Gone. Did an episode of Ballers with The Rock.
Mhm.
Looks like he did a lot of voiceover work for video games. Good Wife, a bunch of independent films, short films, video games, short films. He was a bartender in The Newsroom. I love that show. I wonder what episode he was in.
I know The Newsroom, the movie. I didn't know the show.
No, The Newsroom, that came out literally as I was going through my my low point journey. Got to watch that HBO series a few times. Is with Daniel, oh God almighty, Jeff Daniels. He played Will McAvoy for like the Atlantic news station, and it was basically set during like 2000. It was actually right around like 2010, 11, and 12, going over the elections and stuff.
Neat.
Jonathan Rumi, check him out. Great actor.
I will do that.
Another video game called Saints Row. You know, I haven't heard of any of these video games. Ghost of Tsunami.
No, not heard of that one.
It looks like an amazing video game, actually. Came out in 2020. I guess it's PlayStation. Oh, that's why. Like, I haven't played video games played video games since like 2003, you know?
Oh yeah.
Of
I
course,
have
when the Halo games came out, I always played the new Halo games. Well, it's 8:24. Does anybody want to talk about anything in particular? Normally wrap it up around 8:30, but if you want to keep the conversation going, you're welcome to.
There you go. I actually got to get going because I've got my class that I got to hit. But hell,
Break a leg, man.
there you go. Always good seeing you guys. But yeah, if you want to start any, if you got any projects coming up, I'd love to audition for it, be part of it, whatever. Give me a-
Honestly, I'd love to get a recording and start playing with Heart and Soul a little bit.
Yes, absolutely. Let me know when, where. I'll do
Well,
my best.
you got the script for Heart and Soul still?
Probably. I very rarely do I delete anything.
It's one page and it's going to be so quick. It's going to be most of it's going to be sound. It's only going to be like a short like test sample on like the kickoff of the film. But I haven't even finished writing Heart and Soul yet. So
Is it SOUL, Soul?
like Soul Korea.
SOLE.
SOE Soul SOEL Soul Korea. I forget how to spell Soul Korea. I don't even know how to spell. Like and just let the microphone of Google do it for me.
No worries. Let me look it up under Phil Capadora.
Heart is in HART.
I got
So,
the
yeah,
model
that's
script.
So basically, like I can't prove that this is a true story, but the man who told me the story, like I believe him that it's a true story. But basically, that whole scene is based on real life, and the guy who actually was the sergeant was a very, I guess, famous Army veteran, I think called Pete Savage, Sergeant Pete Savage. So his character is basically based off him and the legend of this scene that actually did take place in Korea during the Korean War. Fun little fact.
There
Heavy
you go.
big boots to fill.
Okay, yeah, I do have SEOUL, Soul.
SEOUL.
It looks like I already auditioned for you.
Yeah,
Oh, very well. Hell yeah. I still got it. It's right here.
I think you're the only veteran in the club, so I'm like, why not? Give him a shot.
There you go. Thank you so much. All right,
You're
I
welcome.
gotta get out of here. I will see you all next week. Be good. Have fun.
Ciao for now. Practice, and I'll catch you later.
Yeah, read the book if you get a chance.
I got it. I saved it. All right. So if I read this book, I could train my dog and have her be an actress dog of all the methods I got from the book.
Hey, how was your Sunday gig?
Say again. What?
How was the Sunday gig?
Trying to remember. For the writer's room?
Right. How did that work out?
I
'Cause
think it went well.
yeah, I didn't make that. I was like, Sundays are tough for me. They're pretty busy days.
One guy, he missed it by a mile. So we'll be able to pick up where we left off this Sunday. Everybody signed up. I got a couple of like the scenes they want to work with, and I'll facilitate it where I share it with everybody. But before anybody like really does a deep dive on the scripts, they get to listen to the writer on what their vision is, and basically with the feedback of the script, how it actually aligns with their goal, and just provide feedback that way, and we'll just keep workshopping them.
All right, cool.
Yeah, keep it simple. How about you, Pharrell? You doing good, buddy?
Hey, yeah, sorry, I was just on mute. I was eating while you guys were talking, and I just stayed on mute.
No worries. Are you going to be able to make it to Citi Field when we go in June?
Not sure yet. Most likely. I mean, it's June 20th, you said, right?
June 7th.
7th? I don't see any immediate blocker for me.
No worries. Oh, then we'll definitely I'll definitely keep everybody in the loop. In fact, I'll create an event to invite everybody on coming out on June 7th, because the expo is free to have people go at Citi Field. I spoke with the MC who done it for the last couple of years. Like, remarkable coincidence. He actually came to the Triborough Film Festival this year. And once he found out that we were going to be going to the expo, we caught up. We talked about everything they do. They have like maybe 100 different vendors, sometimes more, but they average close to 2,000 people coming through the event every year, easily coming into Met Stadium. So share the word, and hopefully people will come.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind selling something, but we don't got anything. I think we need a sponsor, and we need a loan or a grant so I could buy more hats and shirts, hopefully sell them and raise more money.
Did they give you any updates on the writers' room, the QCC?
Oh yeah, we'll be doing it again around 4 o'clock probably on Sunday.
No, the QCC, Queen's Chamber of Commerce.
You kind of broke up. Sorry, Pharrell. What'd you say?
The Queen's Chamber of Commerce. I thought you were trying to get a room or something.
Oh, the incubator space?
Yeah.
Haven't heard back anything. Not yet anyway. But they said they wanted to try to get a group in there by either May the 1st or June the 1st. I do think we got a shot, and I did ask him if we do make the final selection or anything, can we at least get pictures of the room and everything like that? And they said absolutely. And I'm not sure what other contenders in the Chamber of Commerce actually really applied for this, but for what we need to really move us forward, it would be a gift, a true gift, if we had a study hall like that in Long Island City. That'd be epic. So we could report. Sorry?
Showing off the room. They're not showing the room. Like, they're not advertising what the winner would get.
No, it's like they said it was like an office space on, and they gave me the specs of how big it is. It's basically like the size of a decent living room. And I asked them, like, if we were to use it, could we record in there, do rehearsals in there, podcasts in there, things like that? And they said, absolutely. Like, that's exactly what the Pace is designed for. It's an incubator, or it's an incubator. They said, what the hell am I saying? Sorry, guys. I'm on a diet. I am not eating well, and like, it's really affecting my brain. It's basically like it's an office, like a closed off office. And I said, if they got any pictures, let me know. But we'll see. If not, there's always more opportunity down the road. We'll just we'll find it. Hey, I gotta have dinner. I'm dying here. You guys mind if we wrap up?
No, go ahead. We can wrap up.
Yeah, just wanted to know, dude, you have any plans for like going? I know you're talking about the podcast place. Would that tie into rehearsals and just going over the scripts again? That was a good time.
Oh, doing the read-throughs?
Yeah.
I wanted, like, I did reach out to like cast members just to try to like coordinate at least once or twice a week where we could rehearse, or know who your scene partner is, where you could kind of just schedule on your own time and start getting little drafts of the podcast put together little by little. And hopefully by June 7th, we'll have like some samples of the work we're trying to do. But ideally by this weekend, I should have everybody's schedule, because one person comes back from vacation on the 9th. So once she's back, we'll probably be able to just by next week knocking these out. Maybe just do scene work instead of just like a full hour of just read through of the story, and start doing like one scene at a time and really focusing on the scene work. But yeah, I'm going to keep you in the loop, Pharrell. Don't worry.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I don't have any other questions. I was just curious about that. Like, I kind of got to run too.
No worries. Keep your schedule open, and I'll probably see you guys maybe Sunday.
Yep. Try to make Sunday. What time on Sunday?
4 o'clock.
Okay.
So check the Facebook for the link. It's always going to be the exact same link. every Sunday, and I'll try to be on top of the event in the Facebook group to notify everybody to jump in whenever they like.
I won't be able to this Sunday. My grandma just arrived to visit me, so you know, enjoy. Hope it's a good one, and I'll touch base with you again, I guess, next week.
All right, Pharrell, you have a great week, and we'll see you soon, and enjoy your grandmother's company.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate the kind words. And I'm digging the no beard.
Thanks, man. I like my beard. You know what? I don't like my beard. I just don't like shaving, so I just don't do it.
Look, you know how you're saying now you're 80 pounds healthier than 2016 you.
Yeah.
Now you just look 20 pounds healthier without the beard.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate
All right,
that.
man. No problem. Anytime. All right. I gotta run myself. So hope you guys have a good night, and I'll see you guys next week.
See you,
Yeah,
Pharrell.
Sunday for sure.
See you on Sunday, Gary.
All right. Take care.
Ciao, ciao.